After the heartbreaking loss of the Usos at WrestlePalooza, emotions have been running high across the WWE Universe. Now, Jacob Fatu, the fierce and loyal Samoan werewolf, has finally broken his silence, sharing his raw and powerful thoughts on what this defeat truly means for the Bloodline. Alongside him, Roman Reigns, the undisputed leader of the family, delivers an emotional message that resonates far beyond the ring. This isn't just about a setback. It's about family, resilience, and the fight to rise stronger after adversity. Fans everywhere are holding their breath, eager to see how this legendary group will respond and what this pivotal moment means for the future of WWE's most dominant faction. More than a match, understanding the Bloodline's legacy. To appreciate why this moment was so impactful, it's essential to understand the Bloodline's place within WWE and the wrestling world at large. More than just a faction, the Bloodline is a living legacy of Samoan wrestling greatness, an intergenerational saga filled with sacrifice, respect, and an unbreakable bond between brothers. The Usos, Jay and Jimmy, had been the standard-bearers of this legacy for years, winning titles and defending their family's honor with unmatched passion. Their loss to the powerhouse duo of Bronson Reed and Bron sent ripples far beyond the arena. It wasn't just a defeat. It felt like the beginning of a new chapter where the invincibility that fans had taken for granted was called into question. The mood was heavy, and the WWE Universe anxiously awaited how the Bloodline would respond. Would they crumble under the pressure, or rise with even greater resolve? Wrestling with perception, the challenge of public scrutiny. One of the hardest battles the Bloodline faced after WrestlePalooza wasn't inside the squared circle, but in the court of public opinion. When a faction so dominant experiences a setback, the wrestling world tends to react strongly, sometimes with sympathy, but often with harsh criticism. Adding fuel to the fire was the emergence of Paul Heyman's new super faction, which quickly seized the opportunity to mock the Bloodline's defeat, using it as a rallying cry to challenge their supremacy. For the Bloodline, this wasn't just about a loss on the scoreboard. It was about protecting their identity and reputation. How do you admit vulnerability without losing the aura of strength? How do you own up to failure without fracturing the unity that has been their foundation? These were the delicate questions the Bloodline's leaders had to navigate in a public arena where every word and gesture would be dissected. Jacob Fatu's powerful response, loyalty and resilience. Amidst this swirling storm of doubt and speculation, Jacob Fatu emerged as a steady voice of reason and defiance. Known as the Samoan werewolf, Fatu carries a ferocity in the ring matched only by his deep sense of loyalty to family. In an exclusive sit-down interview, he addressed the loss, not with bitterness, but with a calm, measured clarity that drew listeners in. When asked about the defeat and his role supporting the Usos, Fatu leaned in, his voice steady but charged with emotion. "Everyone wants to talk about the loss," he said, "but they're missing the bigger picture. They see two brothers who didn't get the win. I see two warriors who gave everything for this family." His words emphasized the idea that the Bloodline isn't just about winning. It's about heart, sacrifice, and standing together through thick and thin. "I stood by their side before, and I'm here now." What happened at WrestlePalooza? That was just the beginning, he added, his eyes locking with the camera, voice dropping to a whisper that felt both ominous and hopeful. The Samoan werewolf hasn't even started hunting yet. This statement didn't just promise retaliation. It signaled that the Bloodline story was far from over. It was evolving, sharpening, and ready to roar back louder than ever. Roman Reigns' emotional message. leadership in vulnerability. The conversation then shifted to Roman Reigns, the undisputed head of the Bloodline and one of WWE's most iconic figures. Known for his stoic strength and commanding presence, Reigns' message was striking in its raw emotion. Sitting alone in a dimly lit room, away from the roaring crowds and flashing cameras, Reigns spoke directly to his family and fans in a way that felt deeply personal and sincere. "To my family, Jimmy, I am proud of you," he began, his voice heavy with feeling. "You faced giants. You fought with the heart of the Bloodline. This wasn't just a congratulation. It was an acknowledgement of courage in the face of adversity." Reigns framed the loss not as an end, but as a stepping stone to something greater. "This isn't the end of our story. It's the beginning of our comeback," he said firmly. Then, turning to the wider WWE Universe, he issued a challenge to those who celebrated the Bloodline's stumble. "Your celebration will be short-lived. Survivor Series is where this story will change." His message resonated with hope, determination, and the unshakable conviction that the Bloodline's legacy was alive and ready to fight for its place at the top. Turning crisis into opportunity. The Bloodline's evolution. What makes the Bloodline's story so captivating is their ability to turn moments of crisis into powerful narratives of growth and resilience. Instead of allowing the loss at WrestlePalooza to define them negatively, the Bloodline has embraced it as a moment to reflect, regroup, and strengthen their bonds. This ability to adapt in the face of adversity is what separates legends from mere competitors. It shows that their strength goes beyond physical dominance. It's rooted in emotional resilience, loyalty, and an unbreakable sense of family. This chapter in their story proves that setbacks are not endings, but opportunities to rewrite the future with renewed passion and clarity. For fans, this adds layers of complexity and humanity to a group that had sometimes seemed invincible, making their journey even more relatable and inspiring. Connecting with fans, wearing the Bloodline's legacy. For fans who want to be a part of this incredible journey, WWE offers exclusive merchandise that lets them wear their allegiance proudly. From Roman Reigns' OTC1 collectible figures that capture iconic moments to stylish OTC1 t-shirts and the limited edition October 1st sneakers, there's a way for everyone to show their support. Apparel like the Jayuso 4 letters, 1 word t-shirt and the Jacob Fatu All Gas No Brains tee don't just represent clothing, they're symbols of the spirit, attitude, and heritage that the Bloodline embodies. Wearing this gear isn't just about fandom, it's about standing with a family that values loyalty, strength, and heart. It's a way to celebrate a story that's still unfolding, connecting fans to the passion and drama that make WWE a unique experience. What lies ahead? The next chapter for the Bloodline. With Survivor Series on the horizon and the WWE Universe eagerly anticipating what comes next, the Bloodline stands at a crossroads filled with both challenge and opportunity. The questions on everyone's mind are clear. How will Jacob Fatu and the rest of the Bloodline respond to this setback? What new strategies and alliances will shape their path forward? How will their story evolve as new rivals emerge and old bonds are tested? This tension creates a thrilling sense of anticipation, promising that the Bloodline's journey will be filled with emotional highs, strategic battles, and unforgettable moments. For the fans who have invested their hearts in this story, the road ahead promises to be as dramatic and inspiring as the legacy they carry. Join the conversation. Be part of the Bloodline's journey. The Bloodline's story is not just theirs. It's a shared experience with the WWE Universe. As fans watch this saga unfold, they're invited to engage, share their reactions, and become part of the community that breathes life into every moment. Whether it's through comments, social media, or simply cheering from home, every voice adds to the vibrant tapestry of WWE storytelling. This connection between performers and fans is what makes wrestling more than a sport. It's a living, evolving drama filled with real emotions and human experiences. So don't miss a beat, subscribe, comment, and share your thoughts. Together, the WWE Universe stands united with the Bloodline, ready to witness a comeback that will inspire for years to come.